Carolina weather video here for this Friday. I'm meteorologist Matthew East here, and the weather on the One's Forecast Center. And a Clipper system going to head on through over the course of this weekend, and very, very cold weather coming up next week. I'll get into all that here as we go through the latest edition here of the Carolina weather video. Let's take a look at temperatures this morning. These are 5 a.m. Eastern time temperatures, and another big push of cold air entering the Midwest and the western Great Lakes, and cold is going to be a common theme around here as we go through the next week or so. There's the radar this morning, and actually our Clipper system is causing this precip up in that general area, the Rockies into the northern plains, and that'll be diving southeastward tomorrow on Saturday. Interesting to note, again, down in Florida and South Georgia, these are freeze warnings that are in effect. This strip of white shaded counties, that's for the snow that's going to be streaking out through that region later today and tonight with our Clipper system. This is the upper air chart, valid at 1 o'clock this afternoon, and even though it doesn't look like much, that is the Clipper system. And watch what happens by tomorrow. It strengthens as it pulls into our region, and it will likely produce some precip, and then look at the cold air just dominating the pattern as we get into next week. This was that potential system for the middle part of next week. We were discussing just getting crushed by this huge vortex here in southeastern Canada and the northeastern United States. All right, let's get into the modeling here. This is the GFS, and I'll show you the NAM here with the Clipper in just a moment. But today, we'll call it partly cloudy or partly sunny and fairly chilly, upper 40s and low 50s across the Piedmont. And then the clouds will roll in tomorrow. This is 7 o'clock in the evening tomorrow, and that's when the precip possibilities spread in with that Clipper. And then there's the GFS by 1 a.m. beginning to clear things slowly to the coast and then off the coast. Let's go to the NAM, though. I think it's doing a little better job with the resolution of this, at least. And here we go. 7 o'clock in the evening Friday, just beginning to see that precip spread in. So I'm going to go ahead and say anywhere from late afternoon into the evening, the precipitation changes will begin in the I-85 corridor and then spread eastward as we go through the evening toward the coast. And then finally everything is offshore there by early Saturday morning. What type of precip? Let's go back to this chart right there on the NAM. I'm going to go ahead and generally say I-40 and points north. A lot of the precip that falls tomorrow afternoon and evening will be in the form of some light snow. South of I-40, probably predominantly light rain with a little bit of light snow mixing in at times. Light being the key word here. This is a Clipper system, so moisture is pretty limited. I don't think we're looking at huge precip amounts by any means, but I do think maybe in those areas, especially I-40 and points north, could see a dusting on some elevated surfaces. The ground temps are warm, so I think the roads and the ground surfaces would not see any precip at all. But maybe the elevated surfaces, the car tops, roofs of houses maybe, could see a little bit of a dusting late tomorrow and tomorrow evening in a few spots. Not a big deal. I think most folks won't see any accumulating snow at all, but maybe some snow in the air as this Clipper pulls through. All right, let's go out to Sunday. Massive cold air advection taking place. Sunday probably features highs in the low to at most mid-40s, a breezy day, and then, boy, next week's going to be cold. I think. Here's Monday. I'll just go through these charts. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and that is cold stuff. I think a lot of the Piedmont will be looking at highs shy of 40 for several days. Next week, lows upper teens to lower 20s. A lot of the low temperatures will depend on if we can get the winds to relax, but I think teens are a good possibility for lows at least a couple of nights next week. And again, a lot of highs in the Piedmont, probably shy of 40. Cold stuff. And we're talking probably 4 consecutive days for most of us in the region being at least 15 degrees below average. That's significant. This is a big-time blast of cold air on the way for next week. All right, that is it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Have a great day and great weekend, and God bless.